Hey everybody, my name is Allan.
I'm Rebekah.
And welcome back to the Sucre series.
Yeah!
And today we'll be talking about the 10 best decisions we made for our wedding.
Yeah!
So let's tell you a little bit about our wedding. We had 3 events.
Hold it. We must have atmosphere.
Sawa.
One moment, please. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's like my wedding day.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here.
No. Skip 2. You may now kiss the bride. Oh, that looks so pretty. Wait.
One more thing.
I miss my wedding.
Can we do it one more time?
Our wedding?
Yeah.
Are you asking me to marry you?
No, not, well, to renew and like to have another wedding.
Yeah. When? Next year.
Let's talk about it. Let's not commit in front of the viewers.
I was such a beautiful bride.
Oh,
we gotta take a selfie.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I look like heaven.
Oh my gosh.
My head's so much bigger than yours. Here for my pen.
Are you really gonna wear this thing for the whole video?
Yes!
No. So as I was saying, we had 3 events planned out in a span of 3.5, 4 weeks. We had our engagement on the 25th of November.
It was the best.
Oh yeah, and this is in 2015 by the way. So 25th November we got engaged, had a traditional ceremony on the 12th of December, and then had our wedding on an afternoon, Tuesday afternoon on 29th December.
Awesome.
Yeah, so fun.
One of the things Allan and I did when we were getting ready for our wedding is we talked to some couples. Some had been married just before us, some had been married a long time ago. And we asked all of them one question. What was your biggest regret from your wedding? And every single couple we asked, somewhere in their answer, said that they regretted what they spent their money on in some form or another.
Yeah.
And so Allan and I really took that to heart and really tried to apply that in our wedding. And we totally understand that everyone's situation is so different. Everyone's budget is so different for their wedding. Everyone's value and priority and what means a lot to them is so different for their wedding. And so obviously the choices that we're going to discuss are things that for us and our situation really mattered, and we're so grateful when we look back thinking, just knowing that we really made some good choices.
Right.
Again, based on what we'd heard from others and gleaned from others and tried to apply from their experience as much as made sense to us. Yeah. So if you're out there planning your wedding, some of this might really be helpful to you. Some of it might not apply to you at all. Just take what you can use and throw out what isn't good for you. Yeah, but that's what we wanted to share with y'all today.
Awesome. So let's go.
Let's jump in.
Let's jump in. So number 1, and this is in no particular order, okay?
Yeah.
We made it fun and light.
Yeah.
We chose to just have fun, keep things simple as possible, enjoy every moment as we're planning, 3 events in 3 weeks. That's no joke.
Yeah.
But we just chose to look at all the positive elements in our planning as we're looking through the details, and we just had fun.
Yeah.
We discuss this all the time, and we just keep saying every event was fun.
Yeah.
As much as there were
fun.
some things that were coming together very last minute again because of the time frame. We just chose to have so much fun, kept it light, kept it easy, and we
kept one another, when one of us would start stressing, the other one would be like, we don't have time for stress. We
Yeah.
have 3 weeks. Keep this fun.
Exactly. And so, yeah, that's just the first thing that we look back and are really grateful that we made that decision, you know, in every moment during that planning season. So, yeah.
Number 2, again, based on our conversation with the other couples we talked to who had gotten married before us, one of the things Allan and I did that we thought was just such a great choice is when we got our finances together for our wedding, the first thing we did was book our honeymoon. It was the honeymoon we could afford and the honeymoon we wanted to have.
Right.
And so we booked that. And then after that, we did the coolest thing. We set aside 3 months of rent. And then with what was remaining, that's what we used for our wedding day. And, you know, the wedding day, both of us are only planning on doing it once. So, you know, it is a significant day and it is it's a once in a lifetime day. And so we didn't want to be like, cool, okay, let's go have a wedding or whatever. You know, we wanted it to still be special.
Yeah.
But we also had talked to couples that had said that they put so much focus on the day and didn't really think a lot about life after and what that was going to look like.
Even right after the wedding day itself.
Yeah. You know, and so for us, we just thought it's a matter of give and take. It meant we had to simplify things for our actual day, but we were both willing to do that. It was a compromise we were willing to make. The reason why we did that is because we just didn't want to come home from awesome wedding, awesome honeymoon, and then it's just like, bam, you know, rent is due, bills are due. Yeah, it's just like, and you're doing so much adjusting in those first few weeks, learning how to live together. Somebody here snores. And so, you know, it's just, there's a lot of...
I'm sorry.
I love you, baby. I love you. No, I love you. It's just, I didn't expect that.
Well, adjustments.
He actually didn't believe he snored. I had to record him for him to believe it. But it was so fun because in those first weeks of just settling in and making home and learning a new rhythm and learning a new schedule and all of that, it was just so much fun that now from our salary, the money we would have spent towards rent, now we had money for date night and trying new restaurants and road trips. Buying, you know, the expensive cheese, you know, fun stuff like that. And it made our first few months just a soft landing for us and just a place to ease in and have fun. And we kind of felt like it extended that honeymoon period in a way that it was just, it was so fun. So again, I know not everyone might have been able to do it, but for us, hear me when I say this, it was not a matter of, oh, we have so much money, we can just afford to do it.
Well, that wasn't it.
It really, I promise you, it wasn't that. It was really us sitting down and saying, okay, we could have, you know, XYZ that's amazing at our wedding, or we could really simplify that and instead have another day on honeymoon. And also, I think it played into keeping things simple and light because now it really limited the choices we could make for our wedding. So there wasn't a lot of, you know, debate and discussion because it's like, well, you know, what do you want? Yeah, and it's like, well, here's what we can afford. And we'll make it work. And it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. So the third thing was we picked an easy time of day for the ceremony. And that was 3 in the afternoon. So from the morning up until 3, we had so much time to get ready. In fact, this is what our day looked like. In the morning at about 9 o'clock, we had breakfast.
Well, I mean, we had, first of all, a great night of sleep because we didn't have to wake up at the crack of dawn.
Yes, so great sleep, woke up refreshed and just ready to go.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, we met up with our bridal party, went for breakfast together, hung out for a couple of hours, just talked.
Yeah, we didn't do the whole groom can't see the bride on the wedding day.
Yeah.
We were like all up in there having breakfast with everybody. It was awesome.
Not super traditional, but we had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had breakfast until about 10:30 and then went to the venue for the ceremony, and then we all set up the deco ourselves, but headed by yours truly, you know, together with my sister-in-law and a few other friends. And yeah, it was just fun setting up the place together.
The chairs,
the
sound.
flowers. Yeah.
It was, we did the whole setup ourselves with the team that was helping us.
Oh yeah. So that took about maybe
2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, so about 1:30 or so, we went to the different places we were getting ready. She went to her dad's house and to my brother-in-law's house, and this is literally like 5 minutes away.
Yeah, so our wedding venue, my dad's house was almost like just next door, and then my brother-in-law's house is 5 minutes down the street, and then our reception was 5 minutes down the street the other way. So no one was having to cross town or get caught in traffic. It was awesome.
It just worked out so well.
Yeah.
So we went and got ready, met up about an hour and a half later.
And did the thing!
Yeah, so right after the ceremony, we had a reception later that evening and just went in, danced, ate, took pictures, met up with friends and family, and it was just so awesome.
Number 4, and I'm talking about the ladies, we did not use one tailor. Again, because of the time constraints, and also because I had my sisters in the States, I had a couple of bridesmaids here. We were all, at different places. Some of them were coming really right close before the wedding, and then it being so close to Christmas time, our service providers, we had to keep into consideration people are kind of shutting down for the holidays. So instead of getting our dresses made, we just sent a lot of pictures on our WhatsApp group of like the look we're going for, the colors we're going for. Our wedding was creams, ivories, beiges, off-whites. Those kinds of colors.
Neutral colors, yeah.
Yeah, so I just sent my girls a lot of pictures, and I just basically told them, get a dress that works for you. And I also loved that because I wanted them to get dresses they could wear again, if they ever wanted to or needed to. Yeah. And then also they could get a dress that worked for whatever budget they had at that time. And then for the guys, all they had made were their trousers. Right. And then we got all of the guys their suspenders and bow ties. And it just made it easy that people weren't having to go for a lot of fittings and, that kind of thing. It was you just get the dress that works for you. I actually got my dress from China, and I wanted to rent a gown, but when I went somewhere, places here in town, they didn't have anything my size.
That you liked.
That I liked, yes. Yeah. They didn't have anything in my size that I liked. So all the dresses I really loved that were available for rent. And this is one of those things that it's a priority thing. For me, it wasn't a huge priority to have this like, whoa, gown. But since I couldn't find one in my size, I just went online, and the dress that I wore for my ceremony cost $80. And the dress that I wore for my reception cost about the same, about $80, $90, I think. Actually, I have to tell you all a funny story. So I bought these dresses and I shipped them to my sister in the States, and she was going to bring them out for me. And so the one that I really wanted to wear for my ceremony, that was the one I'm kind of like, ooh, out of all of them, I really hope that one fits. And so she gets it, and she's just like, Rebekah, I don't know how to tell you this, but this dress it's
not right.
It is awful. So she sends me pictures, and I'm just there like, okay, I know ordering online is a risk, but it does not look remotely like the picture. It wasn't even like
it was described.
Yeah, it wasn't the same material, and now it's like we're out of time. So I sent the maker of the dress an email like, hey, I'm just gotta be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed. Actually, I'm very disappointed. I probably sounded a bit harsher than I sound right now. But I just told her, I was like, just bring it. We have to make something work.
Make it work, yeah.
So she brings it, and I pull it out, and I just tears in my eyes because I'm like, how did we miscommunicate so much with, the seller of this dress? So I just thought, well, let me put it on. Maybe it'll be one of those miraculous when I wear it. It's like, oh, it looks great.
It's fine.
So I'm putting the dress over my head, and on the dress, the original, it has like a sparkly bit here. And so as I'm putting the dress over my head, I see the sparkly bit, and it hits me. I'm like, oh my gosh, they have put it inside out for shipping. So when my sister pulled it out and when I pulled it out, we're looking at the dress inside out. So I take it off and I put it right side around, and I'm like, yes, this is my dress. It's perfect. So I had to send another email and be like, I'm sorry, it's actually perfect. It's just us who are being very
saying things differently,
silly right now. Yeah, but it was awesome. So I just think, keeping our clothes really simple, made it affordable, and made it really easy and no stress at all. Yeah. It was awesome.
Number 5, we prioritized our budget
Yeah.
and we didn't spend money on things that we didn't see, mattered to us. And
Yeah.
we just chose to get the things that we value and we knew would work perfectly for our wedding and our life, starting right after our wedding.
I think there's a lot of pressure like on Pinterest, and just there's so much pressure to have a wedding that looks a certain way.
Yeah.
And again, if you've got the budget, to have all the doodads and all the things, man, knock yourself out, go for it. It's a lot of fun to spend money. But for us, especially with our limited budget, we had to prioritize. We didn't spend a lot of money on things like flowers. For us, that wasn't a huge thing. I love flowers, but I only used baby's breath everywhere because it's beautiful and so cheap.
Oh, yeah.
We did a lot of DIY. Like you've already heard, we did a lot of our own setup. We didn't have to hire a lot of service providers.
Yeah.
We did our own programs. We did our own invitations. We did our own signage around the wedding. Just finding ways to make it fun and beautiful without costing so much money, so that we could put the money that we had towards the things that really mattered to us. Yeah. Number 6, Allan and I were really careful about who we chose to stand on our line. For us, it was both so important that we didn't just have people who have stood with us in the past, but people who would stand with us in our future, in our marriage. And that they're standing there as a witness to the covenant, the promise that we're making to one another. And that for us, it was, are these people who are going to hold us to these promises? When life gets a little hard, or when we need backup or prayer, or we need encouragement, are these people we can turn to say, hey, you were with us the day that we said we were going to do this. Just pray over us, speak into us. And I think it just made it so incredibly special. I had all my sisters, he had his brothers, we had a few other friends stand with us, and it was just such a easy group of people. There was no drama, there were no issues. These were just
also fun. They're fun people to have on the line.
So fun, so silly, just the best. We had the best line. I had my eldest sister as my maid of honor, and then Allan had Pastor Kevin as his best man, and also he officiated our wedding. So he would kind of stand there doing his best man duties, and then he'd go over to the microphone and be like, oh, dearly beloved. It was awesome. It was so fun. It was just, we were so blessed by the people who surrounded us. They were awesome.